Dig it. Slow drag with remedy. Ballyhoo, ballyhoo. Welcome to the podcast without numbers. Each episode is intended to stand alone. At the same time, it is meant to weave together all of the slow drags we take with these master works of poetry and wordplay. It is a passion project, and it is an absolute pleasure to dive deep into this endeavor with you today. Thank you for listening. My name is Remedy Robinson. I'm a linguist, author, and language lover, and this is an appreciation. This is an exploration of linguistics, language, and the perils of trying to work out the inscrutable as framed by the peerless poetry of the modern-day master, Elvis Costello. Today's slow drag is with Two Little Hitlers from Armed Forces, released in 1979. The songwriting is credited to Elvis Costello. This being his third endeavor, without signs of ditching the name, the glasses, or conforming his music to strictly pub, punk, or new wave monikers, I imagine many were getting mighty restless trying to relegate Mr. Costello to a tidy column heading or a cozy recess in their minds in order to properly understand who the person behind the persona was and exactly what he himself was trying to say. Perhaps it was this piece, Two Little Hitlers, despite the disclaimer of the album to Don't Join, that gave the clamoring masses what seemed like a glimpse into what they thought they were hoping for. And even now, some 40 years later, we find a similar confusion, which we'll get to momentarily. But for the song, the rhyme, the structure, and the word choice of this piece continued to set this angry young man apart from the status quo. Opaque with its scattershot imagery and deeply sardonic turns of phrases, Two Little Hitlers seems to take itself seriously. At the same time, it meanders through a thought that seems to be hampered by a short attention span. Why are we racing to be so old? I'm up late pacing the floor. I won't be told. You have your reservations. I'm bought and sold. There are rhymes in this passage, sure, and oh, are they wonderfully messy, racing, pacing, and old, told, and sold, they shine. But reservations, without a rhyming pair, pays off handsomely with its clever double meaning of holding something, not being sure of something, complicated by being told, it seems, that he who hesitates is lost when someone else is no longer available, like a commodity that has been bought and sold. The words become even jauntier, even sillier, just before they dovetail into an ominous chorus, confounding what has come right before it. I'll face the music, I'll face the facts, even when we walk in polka dots and checkered slacks, bowing and squawking, running after tidbits, bobbing and squinting just like a nitwit. Two little Hitlers will fight it out until one little Hitler does the other one's will. There's something intrinsically humorous about the old-timey word slacks, I think. Even pants make little sense. Add the fashion faux pas of mismatching patterns and it's even better. Then we hear these low-frequency words in quick succession, squawking, squinting, tidbits, nitwit. They provide an uneven sidewalk to stroll along. Watch your step as this verse eases into the chorus. Two little Hitlers. They'll fight it out. Just the mention of one is fraught with malice. Who needs two? Down in the basement, I need my head examined. I need my eyes excited. I'd like to join the party, but I was not invited. You make a member of me, I'll be delighted. I wouldn't cry for lost souls you might drown. Dirty words for dirty minds written in a toilet town. Just listen to the brilliant use of the simple past tense that creates connected rhymes. The word examined tucks in well with excited, invited, delighted, along with the very clever rhyme of party and me. The word examined also serves as the sound in the slant rhyme that ties basement to examined and member. Down, drown in town brings it all home. And here's the clue I think many had hoped for. The reported working title of Armed Forces was Emotional Fascism. Perhaps the pursuit of unmasking the person behind the persona, behind these stilted phrases, took the line, I'd like to join the party, and ran with it. The mental arithmetic was total to reveal a communist plot. Oh, how silly. It seems the only thing that can derail sex is politics, even when its dirty minds and innuendos are right there for the asking. Tell me a Valentine. She's a smooth operator. It's also calculated. She's got a calculator. She's my soft touch typewriter, and I'm the great dictator. Two little Hitlers will fight it out until one little Hitler does the other one's will. Once again, we see the brilliant use of rhyming a word with itself, only this time its suffix has changed. Valentine and dictator begin and end the verse well before diving back into the chorus. The image of a typewriter and a dictator seems to neutralize the odious name. It's not about world domination, it's about domination. A simple game of self-respect. You flick a switch and the world goes off. Nobody jumps as you expect. I would have thought you would have had enough by now. This is the point in this lovely piece, for me anyway, where it feels as if it were written in stolen moments, giving it the feeling of having a short attention span, or maybe having too many thoughts to express all at once. What switch? Who should jump? The repetition of would have is simply magical in this verse. I would have thought you would have had enough by now. Elvis Costello's ability to plot out recursive phrases is staggering. You call selective dating for some effective mating. I thought I'd let you down, dear, but you were just deflating. I knew right from the start we'd end up hating. Pictures of the merchandise plastered on the wall. We can look so long as we don't have to talk at all. Selective and effective. Dating, mating, deflating and hating. The merchandise, as couched by selective dating, telegraphs glossy photos of potential dates that are hung up on the wall. Perhaps it meant something different in 1979, but the phrase selective dating litters the internet now, attached to many different dating app sites. Selective dating, one guru asserts, doesn't mean being picky. It means not compromising on the things that are important to you. I guess that's a nice affirmation. You'll say you'll never know him. He's an unnatural man. He doesn't want your pleasure. He wants as no one can. He wants to know the names of all those he's better than. Two little Hitlers, they'll fight it out until one little Hitler does the other one's will. I will return. I will not burn. We've sure come a long way from bobbing and squinting like a nitwit to asking for an ego to be stroked. I mean, what other reason could there be for such request? The characters in this piece seem to come and go as they please. I have no idea who exactly the he in this verse is referring to. Personally, when I think about this line, he wants to know the names of all those he's better than, I recall a particular man I once dated. He told me how disappointed he was in my Elvis Costello knowledge, that he was shocked that I didn't know Two Little Hitlers was an original Todd Rundgren song that Mr. Costello merely covered and not to his standards," he added. Indeed, I knew right from the start we'd end up hating. So tell me, if Hitler weren't mentioned, how would this piece flow? Is it about a power play? Is it about romance? Is it about both? It seems quite transactional, to be sure. The poetry itself is masterful in its messiness. Each verse seems disconnected from its predicate, yet flows through its 3 minutes and 11 seconds as one cohesive work. And how about you? How would you answer the question? Do you think Two Little Hitlers provided clues to who the person behind the persona was? 40 years on, it's an easier question to answer now, I suppose. Yes, no, maybe, but mostly who cares? It's funny how worked up some people can get. Elvis Costello's work continues to confound us in the most pleasantly maddening ways. I know I'm still looking for clues and changing my mind as I go. That's part of why these words continue to feel so electric, so fresh, so deserving of an individual slow drag. Dig it. Again, this has been a slow drag with Two Little Hitlers from 1979's Armed Forces. It's a flighty piece that seems to be saying one thing in one breath while obscuring its intended result with the next. I think it's a piece that might have kicked off a lifelong pursuit of just how to most accurately categorize the canon of Mr. Elvis Costello. Take, for example, the 62nd Annual Grammy Awards in 2020. Mr. Costello's album Look Now has been nominated in the Best Traditional Pop Vocal Performance category, a category most associated with old standards sung by crooners like Tony Bennett, who himself has won 13 times. This category is, quote, for performances of a type and style of song that cannot be properly intermingled with present forms of pop music, unquote. This reportedly came as quite the surprise to the rock and roll veteran, a general term landed upon for Elvis Costello when pub, punk, and new wave just wouldn't stick. Given a recent rule change, however, nominations, quote, would also include contemporary pop songs performed in traditional pop style without regard to age of the material, making Look Now eligible to vie with Barbra Streisand for this honor. Elvis Costello famously lost out to A Taste of Honey of Boogie Oogie Oogie fame for Best New Artist. Perhaps this time he wouldn't mind losing out to the Best Old Artist. And that's it for today's slow drag. If you have a better grasp on Two Little Hitlers than I have exhibited here, by all means, I'd love to hear your thoughts. Ultimately, however, I think we'll agree it's not about cracking codes or finding out the what and the why, as much as it is getting lost in the possibilities of what could be. As always, please check the show notes for links and other useful references, such as the lyrics themselves. You can follow us on Twitter at SlowDragRemedy. And if you're feeling generous, please share with other writers, poets, and language lovers. And thank you for joining me. So, until next time, adieu, my little ballyhoo. Slow drag with remedy.